couple of months ago, my neighbor was nice enough to let me borrow this fancy trailer to take something to my buddies, and my truck broke down on the way over there. I was a couple hundred miles away from home, but what's the odds that I was towing a car hauler? And so I called my brother-in-law. He came up there to hook up to the trailer, and we went to pull my truck up, and when we went to hit the buttons for the winch, it wouldn't work. The problem turned out to be that the wire slipped out of a wire connector, and something so simple could cause you so much problems made me kind of go down this rabbit hole of connectors. And did you know you're probably using the wrong tool to crimp your connectors? So I, for years, have been using either crimpers like this, or these have actually been some of my favorite crimpers because they had the strippers, and then I just thought that this would crimp every type of wire connector. Now, for years, I would have used the same wire crimpers to crimp all of these connectors, but these three here take 3 different wire crimpers, and this one takes 2 different crimpers to properly crimp that wire. So let's get into the different wire crimpers. All right, so I found this set of wire crimpers that will properly crimp 6 different types of connectors. And what I like about this is it's all in the one kit, so you'll have it with you, so you're not going to try to fudge it and crimp your wire with the wrong pair of pliers because you don't have them. So a real nice thing about this kit is, one, it comes with this, which is a universal wire cutter. You know, it's going to cut your wire. It cuts it nice and smooth. But then also you can come over here and you can set this, and this will give you your depth adjustment. And so then you just give it a quick little squeeze, and you've got your wire stripper. Now you can also crimp your wire, and if you're just having this tool with you, it's hard to read through the screen. I don't know, you may be able to make it out, but these right here are for your non-insulated connectors, and this up here is for your insulated connectors. So you're going to get 2 different types of crimp depending on if you're crimping insulated or non-insulated connectors. But this is what I really got this for, is so you have 6 different sets of crimpers basically on one tool. Now this tool here has a geared, so this is going to increase your leverage, and then also it's got the locking, so it's going to bring it down, and once you get all the way to where it releases, you know you have completed your crimp. So let's start with like the first set of jaws here. These jaws are for heat shrink connectors. And the reason why they're for heat shrink connectors, you see they only have the clamping on part of the jaws, and the other part of the jaws is so that it doesn't damage the heat shrink. All right, so as you can see, this is a heat shrink connector. And so what I would want to do is slide this up here to make sure that I'm at the front. And then when I squeeze it to let go, I know that it has now crimped where the wire is, but it left the heat shrink part completely undamaged. So all right, so as you can see, the heat shrink is perfectly undamaged, and it's let the adhesive inside the heat shrink, you know, a good heat shrink's going to have adhesive inside, and you know, this is a perfect connection there. And so, I mean, even with the pair of pliers, I don't think I could rip that off. So this connector will never fail for any reason. All right, so this next pair of jaws is for insulated connectors. And you may say, why do I need this one? But if you look at the inside here, so first of all, on the jaw right here where it's going to do the metal, it's actually got it at an angle, so that's going to make it smaller, which will flare out the little wires that make them more difficult to pull out. But then this area back here is larger, so that whenever you put it in here, it's going to squish the metal part up inside there, but then it will crimp the insulation, but it's not going to crimp it as tight. It's going to give that extra room for that insulation. All right, so just to make sure that you're getting this on the right side. So we're going to put this in, and then with the locking, so I can lock that down and then go ahead and make sure I'm in the right place here. Make sure my wire's pushed all the way in. And see, I can let go and it's not going to come out, but I know that I haven't crimped it all the way because I have to crimp it all the way so that it'll release. And then you can see here, we have a really nice, you know, with that angle so that it was kind of tapers in to catch the wires real good. And then it also, it crimps the insulation down onto the insulation, but it's not as much of a crimp, so it doesn't actually damage the insulation. And that's going to make that real tight connection that's not going to come out. All right, so we've swapped over here to the non-insulated connector, because you see how the non-insulated is small because our non-insulated connectors are small, so they just barely, you know, fit up in there. And if you was to get too far away, you would crimp the other side, because you want to be able to crimp just the one side so that you can still fit your wire into the other side. So let's go ahead and see, again, these jaws just slip on here, super nice. And even if I wanted to, I can actually take my pliers here and we'll go ahead. This is a 12. So it's got, you know, it's also got your gauges, 10, 14. So this is a 12. So I'll put it right here to the edge. And so now, see how I click it, and then that's holding my connector up here with the other wire. And then I can slip the wire up into, and then that gives me a place to hold it while I do my finished crimp. And then that wire, I mean, it's just not coming loose. So you will, I mean, I think I would end up breaking the wire before I get that connector to come undone. So now this set of jaws is for what they call the open barrel. And if you can see, it almost looks like an M. It goes in, and what that is I don't have any big open barrels, so I don't know if we can see it with these little ones. But with these little ones, but they're the same shape as the big ones, but you have the open part that comes up, and that's supposed to wrap around and squeeze onto the wire. So what happens is when this goes up inside this little connector here, it goes in, and then because that's curved, and that folds it over and lets it crimp onto the wire. Especially trying to film this and with this tiny wire, once again, I went ahead and put that little bitty connector inside of here, and then it, you know, ratchet it down to where it's just barely enough to hold it there. And then I can get my wire inside of here and then bring it all the way down to make our connection. Another perfect connection, and you know, you can see how it folds the little retainers down around the wire while actually crimping the wire. And then one thing that I'm going to be doing here is we're building a CNC machine. So we're going to be connecting drivers, stepper motor drivers in. And to do those, you really need to get you something like this here that's going to, let's see, which wire is it? Okay, 14. So about like that one right there. And so we can put this on the end here. Once again, so that's not tight enough. You know, the wire kind of snug, but go ahead, make sure it's all the way tight. And see, that's going to make that terminal connector that you can slide in for your screw terminals. And that is much better than if you just try to slide the wires in to the terminals and clamp them down, because the wires will squish. And with this, you know, you're going to make a lot better of a connection. So let me know down in the comments, am I the only person that didn't know that each type of connector was supposed to have a different type of crimper? You know, I found these online. I'll put a link to them. They've got several different options. They've got ones that you can have to use a screwdriver, but I really like this because, one, it's super easy, but yet at the same time, when that thing goes in, that's a super solid, you know, connection. This thing, it's just amazing at how easy it goes in, but yet how secure it is. They also do have the pin here that you can tighten up if you need more pressure. I've just left it set at the factory setting, and I've done from the tiny up to 12 gauge wire and haven't had any issues whatsoever. So I'll put a link to their website down in the description. They've got the individual pliers, or you can get the multi-set like this. And I really like the fact of getting the multi-set. That way, no matter what type of connector I'm using, I'm going to have the right jaws for it. And so that's going to make me not try to do everything with just like a universal type of, just depends on which one I had grabbed in the past. These would be the crimpers I would do for all connectors. But now that I have the proper type of connectors, I will be sure that I will never have a problem that's going to leave me stranded on the side of the road because a wire didn't get crimped properly.